this microphone? Hey.
Holding for audio.
Holding.
Alright, we're moving.
Holding for sound.
So, have we got audio monitoring team?
Well, I've definitely heard Wombat.
I hear audio.
Hello?
Yes.
Check,
Egg
check.
salad.
Ooh.
So,
Woo!
Well, that seems to be coming through at a good volume.
excellent, because just so that the chat knows, everybody, well, no, specifically Matt was whinging that he couldn't hear me.
I'm just. Oh, sorry. I was caught in a loop. I was like trying to pay attention to the sound, and then it's doubling up.
Yep.
Oh, I need to. All right. Maybe that's too loud. I'm gonna mute it again. Hopefully that doesn't discredit me as a viewer. Okay. I'm good to go.
Good to go. I'm glad you've got that sorted. So,
Hey guys, we're technical difficulties.
that's our state of being rather than who we are, but sure.
Right. It's roll for dopamine. Semicolon technical difficulty.
It's speaking difficulties too.
Yippee!
It's just all of them. We are difficulties. We are roll for difficulties.
I identify as a problem. No.
Roll 2d20s, and with disadvantage, the highest number is how many difficulties we have tonight.
Okay.
The highest number.
Yep.
So I'm rolling with advantage for number of technical difficulties. Well, I didn't bring the poison dice with me when I'm traveling, but apparently I am just pouring dice on the floor now. So that's fun.
Well, I feel like it's advantage for the difficulties, which makes it disadvantage for us.
Ah, fair enough. Fair enough. So I have a plethora of dice.
Rolled a 5 and a 9. I don't know what that means. Do I win?
So less technical difficulties for you. Whereas I rolled a 17 and a nat 1 for technical difficulties. So.
Oofed.
All right.
I'm at a 10. I'm right in the middle.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I'm still scared about 9, so
Look,
9 technical difficulties seems like a lot.
I look forward to 17.
I got a nat 20 and an 18.
Okay.
We're too many difficulties, guys. Too many.
I got
I'm
a
no
3
longer
and a
allowed
10.
to host.
Yeah.
Okay, so viewers at home, be prepared for not to be able to see the stream.
Regular. It's bound to desync. Somebody will leave. All of the screens will blur. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, we'll all shift positions.
Quick, everyone change your name.
Okay, so fun. Who are we and what do we do?
We are technical difficulties and we roll for dopamine.
Hell yeah,
baby, yeah!
Or at the very least, we attempt to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. We seek out shenanigans. That is true, Conrad. So.
Yeah, we are roll for shenanigans. I like it.
Would we like to introduce ourselves? Shall we go around the sphere? Darth Wombat, you're first.
I am Wombat. I play Dryru. I've done this before. You can tell I'm a professional. We're doing everything. Hi, I'm so good at this. I rehearse. You can tell. I also host a channel called Gamesplaining where I do live streaming of games with other people. I do short segments on updates in the world of gaming and post ridiculous clips that hopefully make you laugh. Be sure to check it out on other socials after you finish watching this entire stream because it's worth it.
Hell yeah.
Okay. Lauren, who are you? What do you do?
Hello, I'm Lauren. I'm part of the Roll for Dopamine crew, and my character is Helios. I am very uninteresting and do nothing else.
Yippee!
You're
You're
not
100%
uninteresting.
committed to this.
Exactly.
Pat.
Hey, I'm Pat. I play Pipwick in this lovely campaign in Roll for Dopamine, although I tend to experience other chemical imbalances as a result of rolling. And I also am featured in a podcast called the Finally Press Record Podcast, available wherever you listen to podcasts.
Shout out to the increasing number of German streamers.
I haven't checked recently.
Oh. Wait,
Give us an update before the end of stream.
German streamers on
Are we
Twitch or
sure
German?
they're German?
They have a German IP address.
There was one
cool,
time that
yeah.
we mentioned that they were German, but there's also been Russian and
Yeah.
other notable countries that
Schmolka,
I can't.
what do you do?
I'm on the Roll for Dopamine crew, and I play Luna, and that is all I do. Thank you.
You.
Okay. Last check.
I can confirm that our podcast is still getting regular viewership from Germany as well as Russia and Poland.
Hey!
Yay! It's Conrad Oak. That's who it is. So Matt, who are you? What do you do?
I am Matt. I am your brother. You should know who I am.
Never met
And
this
we
man
are
before.
Rob
Never met this man in
Dopamine.
my life.
I play Leo Trindenwald as part of this Keys to the Golden Vault campaign. We play Dungeons and Dragons regularly on a Tuesday night. If you want to check us out, we also have a YouTube, an Instagram page for all of our shenanigans that go around. So after the stream, as Dwairu has clearly put, check us out. Check out our other videos. And if you miss this stream, you will probably be seeing this on YouTube. So thanks for that.
10 out of 10. I am the game master. I am Obel, and
Yippee! She didn't forget to introduce herself.
yeah, it happens all the time. Okay, so Matt, what happened last week? Previously on Roll for Dopamine.
Previously on Roll for Dopamine, the group arrived at the Afterlife Casino to start scoping out the place. All parties dispersed around the casino. Leo disguised himself as an orc man dressed in a fancy suit and made his way to the High Rollers table, with Draiwu acting as his security. Pipwick found a dark corner and persuaded a guard to give up his security keycard, find some oil, and strip himself to make a fool of himself. Helios wandered up to the bar, passing through the slot machines. The barmaid flirted with her and poured her a glass. She sat and carefully spied for security and ventilation before moving to the circus area. Luna has set up a stall inside the casino, preaching about Jasper, the rock god. And this is where we begin tonight. And I was just about to win on the High Rollers table. Let's go, baby!
Nope. Cool. So I am actually going to jump across to Luna first before we get and hit up the High Rollers table with not Gary and his big rolls. What did you decide your name was for this character again? Zork or something?
Zorka. Yeah.
Zork, the orc.
Yeah.
Okay.
Zorka the Yorker.
I get different creature, but okay.
Wait, because I then also had a my dear, yes.
Wow.
I went for the Benoit Blanc. Benoit Blanc.
Actually quite good.
Indubitably. So, as one is wont to do, Luna had set up a little stall right at the front, next to a series of kind of brain to tell me the words.
Slot machines.
Desks that had been the information center for when guests arrive. So right when you guys had started and initially dispersed, Luna, you had found an empty table that was perfect to set up a little stall for yourself as you laid out some more of those pamphlets you had endeavored to give away. So as you stare across this space, there are two tieflings in attendance that are helping patrons in and out of the boat. And the space of which you are kind of like in between is this like entry section and a section which contains a lot of loud cheering patrons that seem to be placing bets on live rat racing. And you suspect, after a couple of minutes, about 10 minutes, that some of those rats have been changed out for ones that look way more familiar to you. Um, as if they've been charged with shenanigans at the racing track.
I plead the fifth.
So, Luna, you got your old little pamphlets laid out. What would you like to do?
While I've been here, I don't know how long we've been here, but have I heard anything interesting from the tieflings that have been like working the door?
So are you're keeping an ear out for them?
Yes.
For like gossip and the like?
Yes.
Cool. Let me go and find my gossip-based notes.
Thank you.
Oh, you have gossip-based notes?
Based notes are my favorite notes.
Yeah, of course I have gossip-based notes. I've played games with you before. I know you. Some of you people are interested in the local gossip of the different people involved in these shenanigans.
Yeah. So, Pat, are you just about to like start throwing these rat races for money?
100. Definitely.
I mean, it was less about that and more about having more eyes on the casino.
It sounds
But
to me like he's not
also-
against it.
But we could.
Cool. So as you kind of
Match
keep
fixing.
an ear out and listen for shenanigans that are happening, it seems as though at least one of the tieflings is not actually a tiefling at all. It's very clearly somebody who's using disguise self to be a tiefling to keep their job, and they've been put on at the front desk and are sweating balls just trying to like keep cool, play it cool. We're a tiefling. We got the tiefling job in town. We've got the best job in town. It's fine. Everything's going fine. And their colleague knows. Their colleague knows that they are not a tiefling because they hissed at them in Draconic and sorry. not
Infernal.
Draconic, Infernal. And then they didn't respond. They made a weird coughing noise instead. So they're a little bit stressed as you're watching the one of the attendants figure out the other attendant isn't actually a tiefling but is just being a tiefling for the job.
Love that tea, first of all. Great gossip notes. Thank you. I'm guessing that in the time I've been sitting around, no one has been interested at all as I've been like holding out pamphlets and trying to get people to.
How are you trying to persuade people to come over to you?
Oh god, now I've got to try and think of something interesting related to gambling.
I love that you've already reached the point of like missionary work where you just assume that no one's interested in you.
100%. That is where I'm, especially the casino. Like of all the places, like in a market or something. No, yeah, this is like I've absolutely chosen the worst place to do this. Okay, I think like I'm gonna go for saying stuff like increase your odds of winning by praying to Jasper beforehand. He'll give you good luck, and like hand out pamphlets that way and try and get attention that way.
Cool. Make a persuasion check for me, please.
Okie dokie.
That sounds really good.
Thanks. I thought it was clever.
Mm.
I wonder where your
And-
god comes down on the morality of that.
I think it's for the right reasons at the end of the day, and that's what you care about. So I got a 19.
19. Cool. So you initially not getting a lot of luck. As you start being like, increase your odds. Come talk to us about Jasper. You can really get, some
Get on a roll.
higher influence. Hey. Yeah, to assist you. This human man kind of meanders over to you. Well, hi there. Tell me more about this Jasper fella. How is he going to assist? Should I be using him in my own casino?
You have a casino?
I intend to one day. Yeah.
Sorry, so I'm confused. What was your name? Sorry.
Oh, my name is Carlton Keys. How do you do?
I'm obsessed with this character. Hang on. What is going on? Um, I'm great, thanks. How are you, Carlton?
Quite well.
So, what are you doing at this casino if you want to start your own casino, or are you crowdfunding for that
No, I'm here undertaking some research.
research? And does that research involve a lot of betting?
It may do. It may do. Is there a bet I should be placing with you?
Can't deal with this. Sorry. That's so funny. Um, yes, definitely bet on Jasper. He's a great god. Am I going the same path here? I can't flirt with you for D&D. I can't do it. It'll definitely increase your odds and help you with your dreams of the casino, Carlton.
So I guess a question for you. Do you want me to keep playing this out or do you want me to just tell you what happens in this conversation?
Just tell me, please. I can't do it.
Cool. So he kind of engages with you. He's looking to try and figure out, what's your angle here. But also looking to have a good time, see what's going on. Asks you if you would like to go and place a bet with him and be his luck. If Jasper really makes that much of an impact.
Whoa.
Do it.
You would say that.
Yeah. Get it, girl.
Can I do insight on like my impression of him?
Certainly.
It's like yeah. 11.
11. You are pretty familiar with people walking around with more intentions than they have money, but he certainly seems to be of equal measure for this. He is well dressed, like put together, and he seems to be being straightforward with you. He's here on research. You don't know necessarily what he's researching, what aspect of the casino he is, in fact, researching, but so far, like, mostly just being honest with you.
Oh, I could do worse things. All right, let's go. And I I take some time to spread out my pamphlets and make them look more attractive before I go.
Cool. So he initially asks you, how does Jasper bring his luck? Should I be playing slots or should I be like hitting the tables for this?
Whatever you feel most confident in, Jasper will support you in your goals.
Is plastic really prevalent in this universe yet? Because
No.
are all of the chips made of stone?
It would seem that all of the chips are made of variations of stone, wood, metal, some different combinations in an attempt to make them unique. So he takes you down to one of the dragon ante tables, and I am going to just get you to roll me. Roll me D100, and we'll see how you go.
Okay.
And what? Yeah.
I got 835.
835. So as you sit with him and he's kind of like schmoozing at the table, he seems to be pretty good at this game. And he's like, oh, it's, you seem to have brought me a little bit of luck here. Maybe I'll like take that on board. But but he's not like winning. It's not winning ridiculous amounts or like playing out particularly well.
Okay. Am I like? Do I notice anything in particular when I'm at the table? Whether it's about like the security, I would generally be trying to look around. We are here on a job. Like anything I notice, whether it's like, yeah.
Make an investigation check for me.
Yes, ma'am.
He's not over by the high rollers table. He's just at a
No, it's
regular.
just one of the ones not far from the racetrack.
Okay.
Don't worry, my
I got-
lord. He's not up in your circles.
Thank goodness.
I got a 13.
13. Yeah, so you clock that in that kind of entrance section where you have been. There is the security mirrors up in the southwest corner of the room, pretty much on point with where what was her name? Your contact, who I've forgotten the name of, Verity Key, had said that it was like on your map, and that the you catch kind of that the building doesn't have any air vents per se in this space, and that it's the natural flow of the cavern with the river at one end and the air out the waterfall at the other that pulls the air through the space, and the cavern kind of giving it a natural airflow. There seems to be like a little bit of an arcane boost occasionally to like keep the air moving at a pleasant temperature, but overall it's not particularly engaging in that manner.
I like that you when you mentioned the Evans, I just saw Lauren go. Just lock the fuck in.
I got a nat 1, nearly apparently had a heart attack last week because I thought we were running out of air.
Oh.
Yeah. Cool.
Right.
So you're kind of like with this chap for a hot minute, having like set up your table earlier. And then you start seeing this guy running through this space. He's just yelling and screaming, and then kind of heads off downstairs into the restaurant. And you're like, oh, what could that possibly be about? Then moments later, you see this guy wrapped in what seems to be a tablecloth, kind of slipping and sliding in like oil or butter or something, as he's like determined to kind of get where he needs to go, and he's being escorted out by all of these security guards, more than you had ever seen on the floor before, as he's desperately trying to like get out. And you see that underneath the tablecloth, one of his arms comes out. He's very naked underneath there, and they are clearly trying to remove what seems to be somebody trying to make a scene.
I don't know if I should go investigate. He's naked and that's uncomfortable. But I should probably go and find out more. Can I see any of the team?
Yeah. So from where you are, you have been clocking Helly at the bar, and she's just starting to make her way towards the circus, down towards the waterfall in this space. You have excuse me. You watched as Dwairu and Leo had wandered towards the kind of like high rollers section of the room earlier. You haven't really clocked that. It does seem that Dwairu has come out of there to see what all of the security guards were doing earlier, but he's not. He's just kind of standing near the edge of the river to get a sense of where the space is.
Okay, then. I might say my farewells to Carlton and thank him for a nice time, and then sort of catch Dryru's eye and indicate that he follow me.
Does he give her a sending stone?
No,
What's a sending stone?
It's like two rocks that are like essentially paired together. You can talk into one and the other one, and
So
it's like a
D&D
walkie-talkie.
is getting your number.
he doesn't, but he does offer you one of the table chips to be that you should bring back to him later with more of your good luck.
I take it and say maybe. Kind of flirtily. I can't even act
But in
it
a
out with
flirty
this.
way.
Make a performance check then.
Hey, what percentage of flirtily are you going? Because if you take
Like
this, it could go a lot or a
30%.
little.
Like 30%.
Solid mid tier.
Oh my god, I got a 6.
That seems about right.
Does that mean it's like 90%?
No. Yeah. He seems to be sure he'll be seeing you again.
Good for him. Okay. So yeah, I sort of clock Dryru and indicate to go and follow the security.
Yeah, cool. So you following the security guards?
I am.
Yeah. So they make their way through the space and you watch as they kind of swipe through into this back room somewhere.
Oh, they're not taking him outside, they're taking him into a back room?
Yeah.
Oh, I assumed they were like kicking him out.
Is that like in one of
Okay.
those areas behind the bar?
Yes. They've taken him
It's all cool.
one of the doors behind the bar and yeah.
Can I
It's
see like who had the swipe? Or does all of the security guards have a swipe?
It seems that all of them have a swipe.
It's worth mentioning, Morgs, that this is not a patron of the casino. It's a person who worked there.
Well, she doesn't really know because he's naked.
Yeah.
No, I know
Yeah,
that.
no idea.
I'm giving her the context because that's what
We all knew that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask Dryru, I'm gonna be like, do you know what was going on?
Nope.
That was I should have known. Not that helpful. Alright, no worries. And then I would probably mention some of the other things that I've noticed around like the airflow in that southwest corner of the room and one of the fake tieflings just to make sure, trying to keep everyone all on the same page.
Oh, fake tiefling. That's a good idea.
Yeah, it's cool. Anyway, we should probably. What other information do we need to acquire?
Your sister definitely told me that, and I was definitely paying attention, but also I'm not entirely sure what it was.
Okay, I'm gonna go find Helly now. Thank you, Dryru.
Okay, I'm going back to Lord Zorka.
Okay. Wait, Lord. Never mind. It's fine.
Cool. So you make your way up towards the circus. You manage to clock Helly as she is kind of pulling away from the bar, making eyes at one of the bartenders, and then kind of meandering further north. But it doesn't take you very long at all to catch up and bump into her.
I make eyes at her like. At the bartender, like very obviously not even trying to be subtle.
you guys both know sign language.
Yeah.
But why would I use it in this situation? Like, I want to embarrass her. Anyway, start
Fair.
getting your flirt on, huh?
It appears that the alcohol doesn't cost money here.
Did you give them your name for once?
No,
Yeah, fucking knew it.
didn't give them yours either. Didn't give them any name. They're just real friendly.
I don't believe that. Sure, they're
Yeah,
friendly.
believe what you will.
Someone cast detect poison.
Probably not a bad plan.
I
I
feel
mean,
her
technically,
in.
wouldn't any alcohol glow then? On detect poison, technically any alcohol would glow.
Yeah, technically. Hmm.
Depends on your classification of poison.
To be clear, that definitely was an input from Dwyru.
Dwyru knows his poison.
I know my beer.
I'm leaning over to Luna and be like, Luna, you do have to consider that this space may run out of oxygen. There is no ventilation here.
I fill her in on what I've noticed about the ventilation in some areas and the area that doesn't have any, and tell her don't worry about lack of air. We're going to be fine.
Okay, good to know. Good to know.
And I tell her
I'm going
about
to
the
the circus.
tiefling as well. Why are you going to the circus?
The circus because I want to clock the animals there. I want to know if we can impersonate them.
Oh, cool. Is there anything else that we should like do immediately that we need information on?
Well, I really want to get them kind of behind the know on what goes behind those doors. The only way I know we can do that is kind of to get arrested. I was kind of hoping to get Dub behind one of them, so at least he could run around and tell me what's happening there. But I don't know how to do that when they're very, very careful about their doors. And there's no ventilation areas that I can sneak Dub into.
We can still swipe off one of the security guards and see if we can slip through, but we could still be seen.
That's the problem. At least if we snuck... Maybe if you could distract one of them when they're coming through the door, Dub could run through.
We can try it.
Sorry, Dub is
Circus
your familiar, right?
Dub is a weasel. Dub is my familiar, yes.
So then why can't you distract him?
It's probably easier if me putting a weasel on the ground while also trying to distract someone might not be the best plan.
Wait, he's in your outfit? Where is he?
He's somewhere. Don't ask that question.
Hang on, what? Seriously though.
Don't ask that question. A head pops from between my boobs.
I knew it!
When have I ever been this well endowed in my life? Don't question these things.
I mean, I don't look at you that closely, okay? I'm looking for rocks.
We're the same!
Alright. Let's just leave this topic behind. I don't need to know anymore. Okay, so what's your familiar's name again? Dub. Okay.
Dub.
So, do you want to steal the swipe?
Circus first, then swipe? I really want to see what animals they have, because also if we can convince the animals to run amok during the heist, I think we'd be in a good position.
That makes sense. Okay, let's do it.
Also, I bought steak in the bag of holding, but I don't know where Pipwick is, so...
he's near the rat race somewhere.
No,
Yeah.
he wasn't. Not the last time that you saw him. You recognized the
That's
rat, not the rat race.
Yeah, that's my assumption of seeing the rats. I'm just putting it out
That's what
there.
Luna's telling me, and I don't have other knowledge of it, so I'm going to assume he's near the rats.
Yeah.
Let's go miscommunication.
Woo!
Can we roll for miscommunication?
I think we've effectively miscommunicated. I don't think we have to roll for it.
Nat 20. Let's go.
Cool. So you guys having linked up before heading into the circus, I might jump back across to our high roller table. What are you looking to just play a little bit more?
Yes. Dragon Ante, I think it was.
Yeah.
We were playing, and I think I had a note about how much I lost.
Is this how we get mad?
I don't know that I saved it.
Gambling?
Wasn't my plan.
Not currently.
Accidentally hook people on gambling. Cool. So can I get you to
Alright, I was
roll
already sticked
5 dice again, and we will.
Are we doing one at a time, or?
Yeah.
Because I feel like I'd bet more if I don't.
You can raise the bet with every roll here.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So, let's see. We have rolled out 5 dice. Cool. So, starting to the left of the dealer, but it's just the two of us. So, I shall go first. And you can match the bet or raise the bet as we see fit. So, our starting bet is 5 gold pieces. High rolling table.
I'm gonna. All right. I'm betting. I'm betting.
So the high bet.
I'm calling.
I bet it's 5, and then it'll be 3 for the small, big and small, whatever that situation is. I know how betting works. So you put the big blind and then the little
Big blind, small blind.
Yeah. Cool. So, maybe this is the thing that you should have done, Wombat, instead of me running. Cool. So the first number
Oh, you're doing well. Don't even worry about it.
is a 17.
Wait, what dice are we rolling?
Was it a D12 or was it a D20? I rolled D20s. It's D12.
I rolled a D12. I thought
Yeah,
it was
it was
D12.
D12 last
It's
times.
D12. It's D12. My bad. I was like, I have the right number of dice this time and didn't even think twice about it.
I was terrified because I rolled a D12 and I was like, how the hell did she get 17?
Well, she did a nat 20 on sleight of hand and got better dice than you.
Yeah.
Cool. This is a D12. That looks like a D12. I'll give it an 11 on it, so that's got to be close. Cool. All right, and then I need this one. So I have 4 of them. I'll have to double up. Okay, cool. I will have to double up at the end. But all right, so my first one is a 12.
My first one is an 8.
An 8. Ooh, pressure is on. So the highest total wins. Are you ready?
Yeah.
So your second roll, please. You adding to the bet, or raising, or meeting it?
I'm gonna raise.
Okay, what are we raising it
So-
to?
Okay, do I raise it to? Add 3 gold.
Add 3 gold. So 8 gold in total to play.
8 gold in total.
Okay.
How accurate do we want to be?
Make him pay.
If the blind was 5, I'm pretty sure the minimum he can raise is 5.
Then let's go 5.
All right, high roll the table it is. Cool.
Of course.
So someone correct me in chat if I'm wrong, because engagement is good.
Yeah.
I mean, no, he can do 3, chat. He can do 3.
I don't know how betting works. Cool. So I rolled an 11.
I also rolled an 11.
Excellent. Okay. So, would you like to fold? Would you like to raise?
Well, I've already bet for this round, so will I get to roll again and then make that decision?
Yes. Okay, fine. Roll again, and let's make this decision.
Can I is it like, can I not bet? Can I call?
Sure, you can call.
I don't know. I don't
I don't know
how.
how to see that, but I rolled another 11.
What the fuck?
I rolled really well. Watch me never get above a 2 for the rest of this evening.
That's what I'm hoping for. I'm really like, okay, she's rolled all the good ones now. She's not gonna roll a good one again.
Burn all her luck, then we can get up to shenanigans.
I
Yeah,
got my
perfect.
better dice, so they weren't cursed. Anyway. Auntie is a minimum bet, and Dwyer is correct. All right. Thank you, chat.
I'm gonna fold.
Ooh.
Fold. All right, so we fold on the high rollers table, and the house gets your money.
Yeah, well, I would have rolled a 4 and a 2 for my next ones, so I think it was a good call.
Yeah, I got a 5, and then I need to roll again. Cool. So, would you be settling in for another game? Or
Of course I am.
Okay. Well, we will come back to you in a moment. Pipwick, your shenanigans of a oily naked man running through the restaurant was quite good. And he made a fair number of problems, and seems to still be doing that. Although in the aftermath, at least one of the tieflings has a slightly oily shirt, but the rest seem to have cleaned up pretty good and are starting to hit the floor again.
It's okay. From my, do I still feel like I'm kind of in a safe blind spot at the moment. No one's really paying attention to me.
Yes, you still feel like you're in a safe spot. There are some people that like meander past, particularly when they were trying to figure out what was going on with that guy. But that is kind of calming down again a little bit.
Cool. Well, while everyone's kind of distracted, I'm going to cast invisibility on myself.
Okay.
And I would like to sneak in through the security doors. Basically, when I see them open and see a staff member come out, I just kind of want to slink in as they exit.
Okay, cool. Give me 2 seconds to take my jumper off.
Serious business.
Quick, everyone, time to
Getting
conspire.
intense.
No conspiring, none for you. Cool. So you make your way.
Can I ask-
Yes.
Can I ask which door you're going into, Pipwick?
Yes.
Well, my blind spot was kind of in that spa baths area, so I'd imagine it's the employees near the two offices at the bottom there.
The southernmost entrance.
Yeah, between the bar and the games area.
Okay. Cool. You didn't want to get into the laundry? Wild. Cool. So with that, I should probably put the map up at some point, but I fucked. Cool. Actually, let me do that. Cool. So you make your way over to the bar area, kind of like very casually trying to like dodge people, and you sit and wait until somebody is going to swipe through the door. It doesn't take very long at all, but I am going to need from you is a dexterity check to try and slip in behind them at the right time without being hit by them or the door, because we kind of established that they are very good about closing the door behind them. So it's not like it's hanging there for very long.
My dexterity's not in the minus.
Hell yeah.
That is a dirty
Perhaps.
Dirty 20. Ooh. Cool. So
and it's a win because I'm using my pride dice and it's Pride Month.
It is pride.
Hey, gotta show them on camera.
Yeah, show us your pride dice. Be proud of your dice.
Show us
goddammit.
your pride.
I don't know how well they'll show up, but they're like clear rainbow.
Oh, yeah,
Just
yeah,
keep
yeah.
Showing up. Oh yeah, kind of catch.
No, once when the light comes through, yeah,
Yeah.
that's pretty cool.
Yes, that was a 19 plus 1.
19 plus. Okay, sir. That's fine. Okay. So, I've logged in twice. Cool. So with that, yeah, it doesn't take you very long at all. You very casually sneak behind, and as you do so, you notice that with you seems to be one of your rats who had the same idea as he squeaks along with you there, and then shoots off down the corridor, and into kind of a small hole that you were never going to get into, no matter how small of a person that you were.
Fair enough.
Okay.
My aim here is to kind of get a lay of the land. I'm not looking to cause a scene. I'm just looking to be kind of a fly on the wall and understand movements of people in the area, and kind of if anyone goes into that vault area, that sort of thing.
Yeah, cool. So in the corridor here, you see so many people kind of moving through and past you all the time. This is full of like foot traffic. You yeah. You can see that as you move along the hallway, there's security mirrors in the western hall as well, facing the doors just to see who is and who isn't passing through there. So how far through this space are you looking to make it?
I guess I want to get a peek in the employee lounge and a peek in the security room if I can.
Yeah, cool. So as you make your way through that space, you pass what kind of appear to be the security office there. As you kind of glance in, there are 5 desks that face the wall, and they're all covered with mirrors that correspond with the mirrors outside. And you can see people there actively watching them and monitoring them.
Sorry,
Are
how
all
many was
the-
that?
Are all the desks filled? Like, are they? So, like, there's 5 desks. Are there 5 people at the 5 desks?
Currently, there are 3.
Okay.
So
Are there multiple mirrors per desk?
yes.
Okay.
Yep. Cool. So as you make your way past that and towards some of the other sections, you pass what seems to be like a clerk's office that's labeled as such, Quinton's office. Going down the corridor on the southern side of the map, there is clerk's office, Quinton's office, and you turn around in a sharp L shape and keep heading upwards. You see on the left-hand side, on that far western wall, is these desks with the mirrors. And then as you keep going to the east of that, so on the other side of the corridor to that, is the communal space there. This room is 60 feet long and 50 feet wide. There is a long table surrounded by 10 chairs that take up the center of the room, and in the far corners, each holds a couch with 2 cushions and a coffee table. There are 3 or so tieflings in there, kind of like milling around at the moment, drinking tea and like taking a break.
Cool. Quinton's office. Is he in? Is the door open?
Cool. So as you pass the door, it is simply labeled Quentin's office. It doesn't seem that he is in, and the door is not open. As he was last you saw on the floor, and then he followed the group of security officers down to see what was going on.
And my last question, am I able to see where they've taken this person? They took them into this security area, didn't they?
You suspect that they would have gone into the security area, but unless you enter the security area, you won't be able to see much more than the glancing through the door. So if you want to go in, I can tell you more. I just thought you were remaining in the corridor.
I'll try and sneak in and just have a look.
Cool.
Sorry. No, okay, continue.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Matt.
Cool. So as you make your way into the security room there, can I get a perception check for me, please?
Sure thing. What is my perception? Where is my perception?
Who is your perception?
I know.
Why perception?
That is a 14.
14.
How ironic.
So you cast your eyes about the room. You can see that at one end of the southern side of the room, there is another door, which seems to lead into a secondary passageway, and then there is this huge door, kind of at the northernmost point of the western wall, which seems to indicate that there is something on the other side. It is a huge cast iron door.
Okay.
Cool. I am not going to push my luck. The only other question I had was the big door that you're referring to. It's been marked on our map similar to the employees only maps. Does it have a similar mechanism for opening that I can tell?
Yes, it seems to have a similar mechanism as all of the security doors.
Okay, cool. In which case, I'm going to slink my way out.
Cool.
And
Can I
avoid
get
detection.
a stealth check? You got advantage because of your invisibility.
Thank you very much. And that advantage was well needed. That's a 19.
Hells yeah.
Yeah. So you don't seem to notice anybody who's coming out of this space. Nobody seems to notice you coming out of this space. You very, very carefully manage to into a corner as somebody goes past, but yeah, you make it out without any issues, and you see no sign of your rat again.
As we all know, Krunk was
Like
especially
Not ever. Not on the way out. Rude.
Krunk was especially stealthy on his in the Emperor's New Groove.
Especially stealthy in my heart.
Yep.
So, you are just on the outside of the southernmost door. entrance door. So I'm going to jump back across to our circus friends. You're headed towards the circus. So the two of you are heading up towards the circus. As you get there, there is a tiefling kind of standing at the door, and they go, sorry, the circus is not on at the moment. We've got another couple of hours until the next show. So it's just going to be a minute. And then you're all welcome to come to the show later. Yeah.
Are you new here?
Yeah. Yes, I am.
Yeah, hi. We're actually part of the circus.
No, you're not.
Actually, yes, we are.
You're not a tiefling. You're not part of the circus.
Maybe I'm misunderstanding, but we're part of the visiting circus in town
Oh, if that's
that
the case,
is
you need to
performing.
report to the entryway lady, and then she'll deal with the rest of it. I believe that Mira was given the access pass, so you are to interact with your boss Mira, and then she can interact with the info team, and then they will talk to me, and then we'll be good.
Okay,
and
thank you.
sorry, what was your name?
Something, don't you know who I am?
I am Andreas.
Lovely, Andreas. Sorry, we seem to get turned around. Would you be able to show my sister to, Mira at the front or the info team at the front? We've just got a bit turned around, and she would absolutely love it if you could show her exactly where it is.
I
That'd be
cannot
great.
leave my post, but I can recommend that you follow the river all the way back down to the docks. That is where the info center is.
Okay. Thank you. We just needed to check on the animals, but that's fine.
The animals aren't
I mean,
kept
it's
here.
not fine if they. Sorry?
The animals aren't kept here.
Animals, where are they kept then?
In the animal holding section. They're not in the circus the whole time.
No, I mean, we need to go through the circus to get to the animal holding area. That's what we're here to check.
Well, you can also get to... No, you don't. That is the performance entrance. If you need to see the animals, you need to talk to your Mira and then talk to the info team, and they will take you... Yeah.
Okay. Are you okay?
No, I'm very stressed. I need this job. There's not a lot of work for tieflings around here. I don't know if you've caught on to that.
I did not know that, and I would have thought because the casino is specifically like the Tiefling Hell casino that, like, there would be a lot of
So
work.
if I lose this job, I don't get another one.
That's really hard. Are you okay?
I'm fine. But this is
Oh.
really important to me, so if you could really not mess this up, that would be great.
Yeah, we're definitely not going to mess this up, honey. Like, no, of course not.
Okay.
Are you sure you're okay?
No.
Can I get you anything?
No, we're happy to have you.
Good. If you do need anything later, you let us know, okay?
Certainly will.
Okay. Thank you again for your help. You have a good night.
You too.
Considering what we're supposed to do to this casino, you should offer her a job.
Mm-hmm.
Mm,
Yeah.
Are we the bad guys?
Saying,
Andreas?
suggestion spell works great in scenarios like this.
Yeah.
Ask Leo.
wondering what
He knows
the
all
best-
about it.
I think we should make some friends as well.
As long as you cast suggestion every 10 hours, they're still friends.
Noted. Shall we perhaps go to Plan B, Luna? I'm assuming we're wandering away and not saying this in front of us,
Yes.
right?
Definitely.
Sure.
Okay, yeah. So, where? Where are we going to go? Are we going to go to the front desk and then get our pass and go that way? Or are we just going to go and find out through actual circus ways? Because we could do that.
We're not part of the circus, as Mum. Sorry, Mum said last time. I realised you don't.
Yeah.
Oh, was it last time? No, Mum's doing her own thing with the circus. They're their own crew. They've got specific people. Dad told us not to pretend to be the surface because apparently they're very stringent on staff about who is allowed in and who isn't.
Well, now we've seen that firsthand. Okay.
Yes. And now we've seen why. So either we're going to have to smooth someone into being our friend, or we're going to have to sneak. Seriously.
Could you send Dub in?
Can, but again, I need to know how, like, there's that door between the circus and the circus animals that he won't be able to get through unless we can.
What if they think he's a circus animal that's gotten out and they have to put him in?
Well, I mean, potentially, but then they'll just take him off us.
Yeah, but he'll come back to you. He's clever.
100% he will. Yeah, that's not the drama. But then he'll just get locked in a cage. We kind of want him free and roaming. Ideally.
Okay. Well,
I mean, at least if we get him through that employees only door, we'll be able to sleuth. We do need him through that first employees only door.
that's
It's also
true.
worth noting that your familiar doesn't look like just a normal weasel. It looks like a fae or a celestial. They typically are like slightly transparent or a bit sparkly. Or if you're evil, they can also be like fiendish and be a little bit on fire or
A little bit on fire? What does a little bit on fire look like for a weasel?
like they've got like their fur can have like a fiery like flicker to them.
Cool.
I just want him to have a fire mohawk. Like, I'm not evil, but like, how do I make my weasel have a fire mohawk?
Feel like you're in the right
I
place
guess
for it.
the overarching world is they're meant to be connected to the spirit world. So if you go up and say, "Hey, I found this weasel," they'll be like, "That's not a weasel."
It is part of the circus, though.
It could be.
Could be. Yes. We put a little outfit on him, maybe. Make him walk across the tightrope.
Yes, transparent weasel wearing a bow tie.
If he's your familiar, are you not able to just summon and unsummon him?
Yes.
I mean, theoretically,
But
if he
I
was
can't
in a cage, you can just unsummon him.
Yeah, but I want him. My idea is to have him moving around and scoping,
Yeah.
and then if he gets caught, just summon him so that he's not caught. But
Yeah.
I need to get him through an employee door without him being caged. And for that, I need Luna. Well, Pipwick is currently meandering. Not that I know that.
Game Master,
Yes.
is there a smokers area somewhere in the games section?
There is,
The whole
in fact, the only place that you could purchase cigarettes and smoke them is the bar. The alcohol is free, but the tobacco costs money.
Is there a BYO option?
It not necessarily, but I'm sure you could like talk to somebody about it.
Fair enough. I think I will like once my concentration wears off, I'll like find a dark area to rematerialize myself and then just kind of sit at the bar with my pipe and keep an eye on everything that's happening.
Yeah. So the one of the tieflings who's at the bar goes that there's like a cover charge for smoking here, but if you take a seat in the lounge and just use the lounges that are nearby, then we're not really noticing and we didn't see you.
No, thank you. I don't think I'll imbibe on that tonight, but I think I'll take my devil's weed over to the lounges. Thank you.
Cool. So, as you guys are kind of like meandering around, figuring it out, at some point you do notice that Pipwick is back at the bar, or at the lounges near the bar.
We'd probably go and exchange information on what we've found and see what he's found.
So, oil is not an easy commodity to come across within the but it's
Why did you
still
say oil?
look. I like to have fun, and something there's
Have
this
fun
little
even having
nagging voice in my head that if I need to accomplish something, let's humiliate someone along the way. Anyway, distraction still served its purpose. We got a distraction. We got a view of how security respond to someone, quote unquote, causing a scene. The rats have infiltrated the building. And I took
How
a
far?
good question. We'll find out tomorrow. Although I did notice a few of them racing on the table, so they've already, blended in with the local commune. And I took a little walk in the employees-only area, got a lay of the land. The security room seems to have the potential to have up to 5 people in it. And a very, very big, heavy door. There's no way we can get into the vault without alerting someone in that room, so we need to knock them out or distract them somehow.
Cool. How far into the security room were you able to get?
Far enough to see a room, I assume, based on the map, heads towards the cells. I saw all the security mirrors, and again, really big door leading into the vault area.
Did the security door or the employee lounge have locks on them?
They were open while I was there. Although Quentin's office was closed. Presumably he keeps that locked while he's out on the floor.
Easy, easy. We're thinking of putting Dub in through one of the employee doors, so he can sleuth out the circus and the circus animals. Really, hope he's getting some of those on our side, or potentially pretending to be one temporarily.
And just ask him not to eat any rats, and we'll be fine.
We'll be fine. Right?
I've named Helly. I've named them. I'm attached to them now.
They're friends. It's fine. He still has his tail.
Also, did you want any of the copious amounts of steak you put in the bag?
Well, I was going to give it to the animals, but I can't get to them, and if I give it to Dub, he'll just eat them, so I'll hold on to them for now.
Okay. How did your pamphlets go, Luna?
So good. Turns out if you appeal to the gambler's mindset and their goals, it really gets results.
Yeah. The only thing that's kind of throwing me off, I'm not feeling great about these free drinks. It seems kind of suspicious.
I mean,
It is, but
it kind of makes sense. Get people drunk, they gamble more, they stay longer.
Unless there's something in the drinks that is making you gamble more, or other. Look, magic's a thing, right? Who knows?
how would we know? How do we figure it out?
Well, you had one, didn't you, Helly? You had a drink?
I think you still got it, actually.
Yeah, technically, I'm just carrying it around. You're correct.
Well, I mean, we could put
see.
them in a vial, and I can do some. What's the word for it? Just some concentrated insight into that vial.
Have an identifying gaze.
Yeah.
Handing it over.
Cool. This is another use of the identify spell. Cool. So, you kind of like sniff at it and swill the air around.
It's
Searching.
probably at this point I should mention I don't currently have enough spell slots for Identify, so I'm happy to vial it and take it back and use Identify when I can.
Okay.
Unless I can accomplish whatever it is with an Arcana check or something like that,
Certainly welcome to make an Arcana check.
then I definitely will. That is a 15.
15. You catch no scent of any kind of arcane residue in this. This is not something that has had an enchantment. Enchantment enchanted over it. Sorry. So it if anything, it's going to be a brew, of which it is. And the container itself claims that it is the Brimstone Gulp. No, wait, sorry. You ordered a cocktail, didn't you? There was a mimosa that was green. Or, no, sorry, it was a
Margarita.
margarita. My apologies. Different thing.
Weird the fact that it was green.
Yeah, you got
We'll
weird there
move
by the
past
fact it was
that.
green. Yeah, cool. So this is an incredibly bright green liquid, and you, as you kind of investigate with your arcane senses through it, the only thing that you kind of get is this faint trace of some green additional coloring.
Fantastic. Love that for us.
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you.
No worries. I might jump back across to our gambling friend and his security guard. Security guard, Dwairu, would you have wandered off? He's played now a couple of games of this thing and doesn't seem to be doing particularly well. Are you sticking by his side, or are you taking a meander?
I feel like Dwairu doesn't have the attention span to that, and I've already done a perception check around for security, so I feel like at this point I'm doing a perception check for how many options do I have for food.
Yeah, cool. Make a perception check for me.
Ooh, character. There we go.
I'm gonna start changing tact. What's this like? How does this game play out? Not necessarily like in mechanics of us playing in real life, but how does it look on the table?
So this is a card game, and you lay out 5 cards. It looks a little bit like Texas Hold'em. There is an intention that you bet high or low based on the creature that's on the card. So if it is Tiamat versus
A goat.
yeah,
I was thinking like a kobold.
no. So the 2 dragons, it's dragon ante.
Oh,
So
okay.
one, as you deal the cards, if there is a high, you want the highest numbers as possible. But if this particular Tiamat comes out, the bad dragon god, then you want the lowest number on the cards. So there is a way to invert the way that play happens. So in this
Okay.
it's a reduced size deck. It's only like 12, and that is the way that it usually moves forward. That's why the abbreviated version only cares about going high.
Okay.
I got a 15.
15, cool.
The first
Right.
damn good check I get. Of course, it's the food one.
Yeah. So at the back of this section, kind of in the cave, if you don't head left towards the spa, right at the top, there's a bar and a lounge area, and they seem to have drinks and snacks. Or, alternatively, there's a giant sign emblazed restaurant you could follow.
And where was the giant sign for the restaurant?
So it is on the wall of the spa, pointing you down, out, and around the gaming kind of den you're in at the moment. So you head.
I
Can
might
Dwairu
meander
read?
down.
That is a good question. Can Dwairu read?
With a 15, can I guess?
Certainly. You know food words. You're not.
Food,
reading
yeah, I
the
feel like I know food words.
You're not
I can read
That makes
steak on the
sense.
menu,
Restaurant is pretty.
and I assume this is written in common.
Yeah.
Restaurant.
I will take a meander downstairs.
Cool.
You know, for the good of the company.
Yeah. So you take a meander, you head past the baths and all the other down the river towards the restaurant, which I am definitely not flicking through trying to find where the thingy is.
Take your
Cool.
time. I'm filling in my notes. It's very important I write down that where food is.
As you take these stairs 20 feet down below the other cabin, you head down this spiraling staircase. The dining area sits on a ledge behind the waterfall, and the ceiling here is uneven but roughly hewn about 12 feet above you. Um, there does seem to be a section that separates this restaurant from the kitchen that seems to be have taken out of the same cave. And you can see kind of a little bit of hustle and bustle back there as they're getting stuff done. You're almost immediately greeted by another tiefling. Table for one, sir.
Oh, tempting. I'm just looking for now. Could you walk me through what you have?
Certainly, we have a whole array. We have seasonal pan-fried fungi in a garlic butter, shredded spicy sturgey sliders. For our main dishes, we're looking at an abyssal chicken egg omelette, Otto's irresistible noodles, um, Ortega steak, well done, of course. And if you're looking for something a little bit sweet to either drink or eat, can I recommend the Night Hag's Delight? Alternatively, the Stench Crow cheese plate and a nip of Nessian liquor.
That sounds
And,
delicious.
and tea and coffee are initially complimentary.
Initially. Ooh.
First class, sir.
And just to check with the GM, how long have we roughly been here?
I would say you're probably going on an hour and a half at this point of
Okay,
playing games, wandering around, causing a kerfuffle, and then the aftermath of that.
Yeah, I feel like Dwaru definitely needs to eat. I think he's going to take that table.
I think that then I would be casting another disguise self at that point.
Yep. You nip off to one of the restrooms and redisguise self.
Gotta put your face-
I think I would just before it's running. I feel like I would know, and then have without having to like run away or anything like that. Just be already prepared.
Yeah, no worries. Certainly, sir. I'll introduce you to the dining area, and he takes you to one of these tables that is tucked a little bit at the back of the room, not initially visible, but you do have an excellent view of the waterfall from here. So, can I take your order, sir? We do have all of the drinks as in the upstairs bar if you would like to continue drinking what you were previously, but I can only recommend our specials this evening with the Nessian liquor or coffee and tea.
Do you guys also work in the upstairs bar? Is it like staff split between the levels, or is this its own thing?
I am the maitre d'. I only work this particular role.
I definitely cannot pass up the abyssal egg. I'm going to try whatever that is.
Certainly. I will send.
And I will go for some coffee.
Excellent choice, sir. Excellent choice, sir. Would you like the liquor in the coffee or just coffee straight?
Straight coffee.
Excellent choice, sir. We'll be right back with your order. Thank you. And he shuffles off and hands off his kind of menu to one of the other like wait staff that is actually running around, as he does seem to be the person who just like seats you at the table.
Can I see into the kitchen from where I am?
Yeah. So you kind of get a glance in towards the back area, cooking area. You can kind of see like a orders up window that you can kind of see through into it, and they do just seem to be like there is mostly tieflings in there, but there does also seem to be. This is the first time you've seen like regular human staff, and they are just in this back room or in the back of the kitchen here. They're in like their actual whites. These seem to be actual chefs rather than like host staff, hosting staff.
Front of house stuff.
Just written that human staff are working in the chicken, so that's going to be very helpful as a note later.
Yes, human. Yeah,
Is there security down here?
Not overtly, but you have seen that there are people wandering around before, and somebody came in this direction. So not at the very minute, but as you as like your food would progress, you would certainly see security kind of doing a loop. You do also clock there's security mirrors in here. Excuse me. Yeah. So the security mirror hangs on the southeast wall, just north of the tunnel, and overlooks the whole dining room.
Just the one down here?
Just the one.
And the security staff here, are they similar in terms of dress and appearance to the ones upstairs?
It seems as if somebody from upstairs just does a tour of down here and then back up again.
Oh, awesome. That was my next question.
Yeah. Cool. All right. So we might jump around a little bit. Cool. So as we Yes.
Can I jump in?
Yes.
Because I was thinking, I would like to play another round.
Yep.
But I would like to be cheating.
Okay.
So, I want to use like sleight of hand to get better cards, and get a. I want to have a. I think that Leo is smart enough to be like, okay, I can't have the best hand, but I'm gonna have like the second or third best hand. But I think that he would, as working in the circus, he would have a deck of these cards himself on his person.
Yeah.
As part of like something that he has. So I want to like sleight of hand take out some of my own cards and put them into my own hand.
Cool. I am going to ask for one piece of information. How are you going to address the fact that it's got a different backing? So all of the cards here are going to be emblazed with the logo of the space. If you can give me an understanding of what that looks like, maybe he's going to swipe cards off another table as he makes it wander around, or whatever it is. How?
So I'm still dealt these cards, but I want to so put the card that I'm dealt into my hand, and the other card face up on the other side of that card, but like together.
Okay, so here's the risk you're taking. I'm happy to play it that way. If we ever roll the same number, that's when it's going to cause an issue. So I'm going to need a sleight of hand first, and then know that if we roll the same number, it's going to be an issue on each round.
Okay.
Doesn't have to be between rounds. It just means on each round.
Right. So how do you want me to play this? Is it just like I get to add like +3 to each of my rolls, or
do you still have inspiration?
Okay, so sleight of hand first for me.
Can I have advantage because I'm cool?
How about disadvantage because you're an orc?
Can I use my inspiration?
That is racist.
I'm gonna use my inspiration.
Okay.
And a different dice. Good. That's natural 1.
When you had advantage?
I have advantage?
Don't you said you had inspiration, didn't you? I thought you meant you had heroic inspiration.
Yeah.
Heroic inspiration means you have advantage.
How? Okay, cool. So, then it's a 9. Wait, plus sleight of hand, 13.
Okay.
Slightly better.
I'm gonna. before you even kind of start the motion, the dealer at the table just smacks your hand. Let's not today. Okay? We're gonna play it straight. I'm not gonna get in trouble. You're not gonna get in trouble. Just gonna play it straight, alright?
I'm gonna stay silent.
Okay?
Good.
Alright. Cool. So, he just rolled really well to spot you. I'm sorry. Cool. EO. Would you continue with your plan, or would you still want to play?
I mean, I've been spotted out. I'm gonna play.
Okay, cool. Play it.
I'm playing it straight.
Yep, cool. So, what's your first bet? It's 5 to start, a 3 for the small one. I definitely know what I'm talking about.
Can I go small one then?
You would typically rotate, so you would have, I think it's the big one first, then your next turn you would have the small one, and then that goes around to every player, so by the time it gets back to you, you would then have it again. So if you've just done the big, you wouldn't have the big again, unless it's literally just you and the dealer.
Yeah.
Okay, so
At some stage,
I'll-
we'll learn
I'll-
how to play Three Dragon Dancing
I'll
properly.
start with the 5.
Okay,
5 gold. 5 gold in.
cool.
I'm so glad that we got money from the last heist. Burning through it all though.
I rolled a 9.
Did you say that in
I rolled
character?
a 7. No,
Okay.
I'm thinking it though.
Alright.
I think if there was like a message, definitely. I think a message to Pip would definitely be like, "I am so glad that we had some spare money lying around right now."
Okay.
Okay.
So roll again. And then the next bet is another 5 gold.
That poker face.
So are you folding, or are you calling, or...
I'm gonna fold.
Okay, I rolled a 5.
I rolled a 1. I don't think this, I'm not gonna be coming back for that one.
Okay. Cool.
One more game. Make it quick.
Okay.
Gimme.
So,
Five gold.
calling or folding? Okay, calling. I rolled a 1.
Gimme. I rolled 11.
Cool. Alright, roll again.
Dice 2.
Dice 2. Call or fold?
Call.
Okay, so there's 10 gold in the pot now. I rolled a 10.
Okay. I rolled a 2.
Okay. Alright. Call or fold?
Call.
Yeah. You're clearly not topping it up. Alright, I rolled an 8.
I rolled 6.
Okay. So you're hoping that my 1's doing a lot of heavy lifting here.
I'm hoping my 11's doing a lot of heavy lifting.
Cool. Call or fold?
Fold. Fold.
I rolled a 3.
I rolled a 4. I still don't think that the math works out.
Okay.
You
I'm
were
gonna-
only 2 behind.
All right. I folded.
Okay.
This is our don't gamble kids message. You can see how well he's doing.
Excellent. So definitely not gambling. With that, Dwyer, you're in the restaurant down the back, and the 3 of you have conducted yourselves and found yourselves at the smoking section in the bar. So yes.
Upon further inspection of my character sheet, it turns out I can use the identify spell, so I'm going to do that on this drink.
Okay. Cool. So you cast identify on this drink, and it's got. What's in a margarita again? It's got tequila
Yep.
in it.
It's got 2 parts 2 parts tequila, 1 part triple sec, 1 part lemon juice. Lime juice.
Yeah, lime juice and,
Lemon juice, it's because it's yellow.
and some green food coloring.
Okay, that's
Nothing
fine.
else in it.
Nothing else in it.
Before we end, can I ask one question because I will forget it?
Certainly.
As I'm in the restaurant waiting, am I able to count how many different security guards come down as part of the security rotation? Or am I able to catch when the loop starts?
It doesn't seem to be a regular loop, but there is one who you see regularly in this section. It seems that
So it's always the same one who comes down?
Yeah.
Alright, thank you.
All right, cool. If we have any other questions, we're just going to leave it here, and I will jump back in with you guys next week.
I would have won that one.
I
I would have won my next one.
Yeah, of course you would. That's always how it works.
That's how gambling works.
I love that you're
Fit in
getting
with the
addicted
culture.
to fake gambling.
With fake money and
It's a disease. It's about
How
this
much
time
gold
of
have you
year.
lost so far?
Today alone,
No, both sessions.
I think that I had, I want to say about 40 gold.
Was that all? I thought you were up to like 70.
No. I mean, the bets were relatively small, like only 5 gold each. And I think I had around about 108 gold, and now I'm down to 68 gold. I think I might be down to 63 because I think I missed one of the 5 golds. But
Lesson learned.
Come gamble
We
in
don't
the casino
take-
that I'm setting up, in real life.
You know what you should have done?
you're setting up a casino. Oh,
You
right.
should have
'cause you-
gone
alright,
and
cool.
asked Jasper for better odds first.
Yeah, well, I was hoping that like with my little flourish, I could have made. Oh, I hope the gods favor me today, and then have a better hand. So then be like, wow, rather than like
Maybe,
getting caught
maybe,
cheating.
maybe Jasper's punishing you for pretending to worship him, and for that terrible accent.
I mean, I think that he would have appreciated because I was genuinely devoted to him for that 30 seconds.
It
6
was
hours.
A couple of, yeah.
Couple hours, man.
Yeah, well, yeah, all right, fine.
Alrighty.
Blacked out
So
for most of it.
are we wrapping up there, GM?
I think we should wrap it up there. I think that's a good point to end it before you guys start off on some other shenanigan this evening, and I cannot rein you back in. So
I didn't have any thoughts.
Sounds like a plan.
Yes, I'm just cutting them off now, so I can keep you in the right.
so ready. And spell slots, everything.
Yeah. So, just to wrap up, we are Roll for Dopamine. You can follow us on Twitch and YouTube and Instagram under the same name. We play every Tuesday. If you would like to get caught up, you can follow us on YouTube. We have all of our videos there, including some other random one-shots that we have done in the past, and some one-shots we've never finished because they're never one-shot. So at some point, we'll finish those dark places. Cool.
Oh yeah.
Anything else people want to shout out? Pat and Wombat?
I mean, I've already shouted out. Finally, press record podcast wherever you listen to podcasts.
Woo.
Gamesplaining on Twitch, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, wherever you get your social stuff from. I do gaming related stuff. Come say hi.
Yippee.
Indeed, come say hi to everybody. And we will see you guys next week.
Bye
In the
bye.
next
Bye.
episode.
Bye.
Bye bye.
You know.
I love gambling.